This is $10,000. You're too smart to be this broke. You make good money, you understand the math behind saving and investing, but at the end of every month, the numbers don't align with your intelligence. That gap isn't a math error. It's a $10,000 flaw in your financial infrastructure. And once you see this infrastructure failure, you won't be able to unsee it. Today, I'm diagnosing the 4 hidden leaks draining your accounts and giving you the exact engineering fixes to stop them. Leak number 4 is the ultimate blind spot. And once you fix it, the system runs itself. I know this because I was you. A few years ago, I lost $10,000. Not to fraud, not to a bad investment. I spent it. And at the end of the year, I couldn't tell you where a single dollar went. I wasn't broke. I was earning good money, but $10,000 simply disappeared. I'm going to show you exactly why that happened and why, based on the data, it's almost certainly happening to you. This data didn't just explain the national pattern, it explained my year. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American spends $7,500 a year on dining out and entertainment alone. Ramsey Solutions found that we add another $3,800 in impulse purchases on top of that. That's over $11,000 a year. Untracked, unintentional, compounding against you. Sound familiar? It should, because that's almost exactly the $10,000 that disappeared from my account. This isn't just my story, it's the national pattern, and it has nothing to do with willpower. Here's what no one in personal finance will tell you. You don't have a discipline problem. You have an infrastructure problem wearing a psychology costume. The entire personal finance industry told high earners like you to budget harder, save more, and just have more willpower. But willpower is a depreciating asset. The more high-stake decisions you make during the day, and you make hundreds, the less you have by 7 p.m. Building your entire financial plan on willpower is like building a data center on a single power outlet. It looks fine until it doesn't. Traditional finance engineered that system, and it wasn't designed to hold under human pressure. So today, we engineer for reality instead. I'm Q Felix, and I specialize in this exact thing: why high earners lose money to systems they can't see. Leak number 1, system overload. You've opened your banking account, seen the balance, and closed it immediately. That's not avoidance. That's system overload with no exit ramp. Think of your brain like a computer, finite RAM. Every decision you make burns through it. The deadline, the meeting, what's for dinner. By the time you're home, your RAM is maxed. And that's exactly when traditional finance expects you to go home, open up your spreadsheet, and make rational money decisions. That's not a plan. That's a system designed to fail. The reasons high earners overspend isn't a character flaw. The reason is they built a financial system that demands daily willpower. And willpower is the first thing gone. Here's the fix: automation. You make the decision once, and the system executes it forever. Money routes automatically from your paycheck into your retirement account, your investment account, or your savings account before it ever touches your checking account, before you're tired, before the decision is even available to make. If a financial decision requires daily willpower, it's the system that's flawed, not you. That fixes the system overload and the daily cognitive drain. But there's a threat your automation can't see coming, which brings us to leak number 2, prediction error. Let me guess, you've once spent 3 hours researching investing. You read the articles, you watched the videos, you've even opened a brokerage account that you never funded. That's not laziness. That's error prediction. Your system has no room for the actual decision. Smart, analytical people design perfect systems. You map out every dollar, every category. You optimize for a month where nothing goes wrong. But that month never happens. It's a random Wednesday in April. You've been in back-to-back meetings since 8 a.m. You're exhausted, and the fridge has ingredients that you don't have the energy to touch. So you order delivery twice that week, and now your food budget is blown. And because the system had no room for that Wednesday, the whole plan feels like a failure. That's not a discipline problem. That's a prediction error. You built a system that couldn't handle reality. So here's the fix: the chaos absorption account. Consider this a separate buffer account, automatically funded with one job: absorb life's friction without crashing the entire system. Now, let me be clear, this is not an emergency fund. It's much smaller and more tactical. It's for 2 takeout meals a month, maybe a $50 impulse purchase. It's money for explicit permission to exist for a human moment. So when that Wednesday hits, the chaos has somewhere to go. The system doesn't shatter, and you don't spiral into, I've already blown it, I might as well start over next month. We don't budget for the person we wish we were, we engineer for the person we actually are. I want to tell you what that $10,000 actually cost me, because it wasn't the number. When you can't account for $10,000, your brain does something dangerous. It decides you're bad with money. And if you're bad with money, you can't start a business. You're not ready. You need to wait until you have it all figured out. I delayed starting my own business for 2 years because I believe that story. 2 years. The $10,000 wasn't the damage. The identity it handed me, that was the damage. Now you're probably thinking, if I'm building in buffers to spend money, how am I actually getting ahead? And that question is exactly why traditional finance has failed you. Building buffers, automating systems, engineering for chaos, that isn't giving up. That is the difference between a fragile plan that fails every April and a robust system that runs itself whether you have motivation or not. And if that's the system you want, hit subscribe. Leak number 3, zero redundancy. Your system looks perfect as long as you're perfect 100% of the time. That's not a financial plan. That's a fragile system. And here's how it plays out. You have a goal to save $1,000 every month. Month 1, you hit your $1,000 savings goal. Great. Month 2, you have an unexpected car repair. So you're only actually able to save $200. And because you missed your savings goal once, you stop tracking entirely. One slip leads to total abandonment. You missed the goal, so you quit the whole system. That's not a discipline problem. That's a design problem. Once again, it's a system designed with zero room for being human. So here's the fix, the buffer zone. Before you start, decide what happens when you get off track. Not if, when. What's the minimum version of this goal? If you can't save $1,000 this month, what's the floor? $500, $250, $100? What's your re-entry plan? If you miss a month, do you double up? Or do you accept that you're 1 month behind and you move forward without the guilt spiral? Write this down before the month starts. Because the difference between people who build wealth and people who stay stuck isn't perfection. It's having a pre-made plan for imperfection. A properly engineered system doesn't shatter when the environment changes. It distributes the impact. Build in the failure point before it happens. The buffer zone is that backup. But the absolute worst mistake you can make right now is fixing those 3 structural leaks while letting this last one bleed you dry. Leak number 4, and this is the one that no one talks about. You are obsessing over the output, the $500 in savings, the budget spreadsheet, the subscription audit, and you're completely ignoring the machine that produces the money. This is what finance calls the return on invested capital failure, the ROIC failure. Most people manage a fixed pool of capital. They never invest in the asset creating the capital in the first place. Right now, you are a depreciating asset. Your skills are aging, your earning capacity is capped, and every dollar that's going towards consumption instead of capability is a dollar that could have compounded your earning power. So back to the $10,000, the one I couldn't account for. I'm not going to pretend like I knew where every dollar went, because I don't. That was the whole problem. What I found was a gap. Not $1, not one had gone to me. Not a course, not a coach, not a single investment in the machine that was generating the income. I was so focused on plugging the leaks that I forgot the machine itself was depreciating. So here's the protocol. Every month, a percentage of your income goes towards increasing your earning capacity. Not your savings rate, your earning rate. I want you to think about it this way. Businesses don't let their primary machinery depreciate. They budget for maintenance, they budget for upgrades, they budget for efficiency improvements. You are the machinery. Traditional finance tells you to pay yourself first, usually 10% every month. The problem is that 10% usually sits in a savings account or a retirement fund or even a vacation fund. That's output. That's not capacity. And that's not the same thing. Paying yourself means investing in the source, not the output. It's the same 10%, but with a different purpose. One keeps your lifestyle comfortable. The other increases what you're capable of earning permanently. When I closed all 4 leaks, I didn't just stop losing $10,000 a year. I started investing it, not in an index fund or in real estate right away, but in me. and the capacity to earn at a higher level. The business launched, the income grew. The $10,000 was never recovered. It was reinvested. We're not just fixing your money problems today. We're removing the cap on your earning potential. Because here's what traditional finance will never tell you. You are the asset, not your savings account, not your 401k, and certainly not your budget spreadsheet. You. And when you start investing in yourself like the primary asset that you are, the income ceiling breaks. Here's where most finance videos send you off with a 10-step process and a motivational speech. I'm not doing that. You don't need more information. You need one working system. So here's your only next step. Pick the leak that's costing you the most right now. Just one. Is it system overload and decisions are draining you every day? If so, automate one thing this week. Is it prediction error and chaos is blowing up your plan? If so, create a separate account and put $100 in it today. Is it zero redundancy, the all or nothing spiral? If so, write down your bare minimum goal before next month starts. Or is it you, the primary asset, and being underfunded? If so, schedule one investment that increases your earning power this month. One leak, one fix, the system builds from there. If you want to go deeper, subscribe and check out the next video. You already know what to do. Now you have a system that makes doing it inevitable. Go install it.